I was so grateful that women in the United States would no longer have to face these terrible complications. As a society, we have made tremendous progress in resolving these ways. The potential regression that we are witnessing could have the devastating effect on hundreds of thousands of our sisters, daughters, and mothers grappling with life with us.
Yes.
I'd like to welcome to the stage Eloisa Lopez, Committee Chair for the Abortion Fund of Arizona.
Good morning. I am a single mother of two, and I have also had an abortion. Should I ever find myself inadvertently pregnant again, I hope that that option for me to choose a safe medical procedure to terminate would still be available, and to everyone else in this country. We don't need complex reasons for choosing abortion, and we sure as hell do not need to experience violence or sexual assault to appease others regarding a personal choice. More than 50% of Americans support choice. The Abortion Fund of Arizona is a local project of NARAL, Arizona. We exist to serve our communities with affordable access to abortion care, a choice that is crucial to sustain or improve the conditions and quality of life for our callers. The majority of individuals who choose an abortion in Arizona are already parents, most with low-income households. Those parents make up 70% of our callers. They understand the impact of adding on to their families when they are not in a place and time to do so in their lives. While the government continues to withhold our individual right to bodily autonomy, the quality of life in our society suffers. When legislation supports the criminalization of pregnancy outcomes, including miscarriage, those laws are endangering folks and their families. We deserve thriving communities in our country with accessible and affordable abortion and maternal health care support. We are witnessing extreme control in the South. Our allies need our help. Support Southern abortion funds, Yellowhammer, and ARC Southeast, as they need every dollar we can spare before bans go into effect. Pledge to lift up marginalized communities and people of color who are the first in line to face detrimental outcomes due to abortion access barriers and restrictions. Continue to be proactive and get involved with local organizations in Arizona. Share your abortion story to normalize and destigmatize valid reproductive health care options. Redistribute wealth to fund abortion and build power.
Thank you, Eloisa. I'd like to welcome to the stage Jocelyn Berry, Co-Director of Progress Now, Arizona.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Berry, and I had an abortion. Thank God for Planned Parenthood. I was 23, in a relationship, and my contraception failed. It was never a hard decision, and I'd do it again. There was no pain, no tears, no feelings of conflict. I was pregnant and did not want to be. Simple as that, and it was a valid reason. It's valid because in America, the most basic right a person should have is what to do with their own body. My story is not special or unique. I stand with other women and people like me who had an abortion. Not out of rape or incest or because my life was at risk, but because simply we did not want to be pregnant. Our stories matter just as much. I don't think about my abortion. I only think about it in times like these, when I hear politicians say I deserve pain, I deserve punishment, I deserve jail time, when I hear politicians say I should be put to death for having an abortion. So much for being pro-life. I'll admit that I was nervous about speaking here today. Then I took a moment and I sat with that feeling, and I realized it came from outside of myself. It comes from over there. It comes from other people. It comes from these politicians who hope that I will always feel ashamed about my abortion, that I will never talk about it, that it will remain a dark secret inside of me. That's how they win. They know if they can make us hide, they can keep passing these restrictions on our bodies. Because they know a majority of women and people have had an abortion. And they know a majority of people love and know someone who's had an abortion. And they know that if we all speak out and share our truths and our stories, that they will lose. So today I'm here to say that I had an abortion and I am not ashamed. Abortion is normal. Abortion is freedom. Abortion is health care. Having autonomy over my own body is joyful, and it is my right as a human being that walks this earth. And it is the right of every single person on this planet to have the freedom to choose what to do with their own body. Whether that is having an abortion or not having an abortion. I hope by sharing my story today, I can encourage others to share their own abortion stories. We will not go back. We will only go forward. My story is just a small ripple in this moment in our history. But you know what? Small ripples become larger ripples become waves, and waves become tides. I know today it feels like we have lost, but tomorrow we are the tide that will change the future.
Thank you for your courage, Jocelyn. I'd like to welcome, last but certainly not least, one of the lawmakers that is supporting us and standing up for choice and standing up for equal rights. That is Athena Salmon, Arizona State Representative, Minority Whip.
It is enraging that I had more reproductive rights as a baby born in 1989 than I do as a 30-year-old adult woman. It's enraging that 30 years later, girls born in the United States of America in 2019 are beginning their lives with their rights heading backwards, not forward. It's enraging that as a middle child with two brothers, there's not one law regulating their body, nor would I want there to be. And yet, there are over 1,200 laws regulating mine, and I am only talking about those signed into law in the past 7 years alone. Shame. It is enraging that it's not only men who have betrayed women, but female Republican politicians who have abused the privilege of their office to inhibit women's control over their own bodies and our self-determination. Shame! 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 Why is it that even in death, the government cannot compel my brothers to donate any part of their body to save another life, yet their sister could be forced by the very same government abortion, women don't stop having abortions. They lose their lives from unsafe abortions. They die. We live in a country today where conservative politicians, backed by dark money flowing through gerrymandered districts, can move restricting abortion above all policy considerations when the vast Americans and Arizonans support Roe v. Wade. Despite overwhelming opposition to their agenda, the tyranny of the extreme and out-of-touch minorities still prevails. We live in Arizona today, where on the very day after Georgia banned all abortions, which they were only able to do so after they stole the governor's mansion, by the way, Arizona politicians like Walt Blackman and Shauna Bullock locked arms on the Arizona House floor to celebrate the restrictions their peers have placed on our freedom.
Vote 'em out!
Yes. Say that again, sisters. One more time, sisters. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Vote them out!
That's right.
Vote them out! 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 Vote them out!
Here. Decisions about how, when, and if to start or grow your family should be made by you and your doctor, not their politicians. We live in Arizona today where the legislature has failed for over 100 years to repeal our own laws that ban abortion. That's right, folks. That's right. If Roe v. Wade fails, we still have laws on the book that declares that any Arizona woman who even seeks to terminate her pregnancy, regardless of whether or not it's a miscarriage or abortion, could be sent to prison for up to 5 years, and it would also become a crime to provide contraception. These are the laws that are on our books. These are the laws that were in effect until 1973 when the Supreme Court passed the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. 2 weeks before that, the Arizona Appellate Court upheld these laws. If you think Arizona women, Arizona men, and everyone who lives in the state, that your freedom is not at risk, that these bans are just happening in the South, the joke's on you. The joke's on you. And politicians like Walt Blackman and Shauna Bullock refuse to repeal these 100-year-old laws. They refuse. But we know what to do. We hear them honking in the streets. We know that this is a war on women. There's no other framing. There's nothing else they can scream at us. This is a war on women. And if Roe v. Wade falls, you bet you we will take to the streets and we will do everything we can to keep our freedom going forward. Because we will go forward. Thank you.
I think you just witnessed a mic drop. Thank you all for coming here today. For press, all of you can follow up with questions. All of our speakers will hang around for a second for individual interviews. For the rest of you that have shown up here today, this is just the beginning. All these people with signs here, I have all my colleagues from all of these different organizations. You heard it from Eloisa. We cannot just sit here and not donate our time, our talent, our treasure, our votes, defending our own rights and our own bodies. If we're going to get ready for 2020 and going to vote them out, we need to take action, become a Planned Parenthood Action Fund member. We make sure that all of these talent, donate your treasure, and vote them out.
But you got it from above.
I guess we were thinking.
Thank you for coming up.
I haven't seen them. I think they mentioned they're going to wear their secular shirt.
I love that you saw me get on adventure.
Don't listen. We all have to see the different situations and circumstances. It's not just I'm 12-year-old.
I look forward to the next city council meeting. I love the people of Apologia Church, but you are, sir, you are wrong. You are wrong to execute women for having abortions. Sir, you need to read Handmaid's Tale. You do not represent mainstream Christianity. You do not.
Sir, come to your senses.
You represent Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Afghanistan.
As you advocate for
Hey, little 11-year-old girl. Hey, little 11-year-old girl. Your daddy raped you. Carry the baby. Carry the baby, little 11-year-old girl. Carry the baby. Because minister, Apologia minister here says you're going to get executed if you have the abortion. Yep, that's what they say in Afghanistan. Those without sin shall cast the first stone. Whitewashed fish. Whitewashed fish. Whitewashed fish. Sir, there's nothing to say to you. You believe in executing women for having abortion. This man shows up to the Phoenix City Council every week, and he goes there and calls in murders and calls.
You don't care about women.
Now what about the future woman?
You don't care about women.
Be there. Go back
You
to
don't care about
Afghanistan.
women.
Go back to Afghanistan.
You don't care about women.
Stone. Stone them to death. Stone them. Those without sin shall cast the first stone. Those without sin shall cast the first stone. Whitewash fifth. Whitewash fifth. By the way, Jesus was a socialist, brother. You do agree with that, right? You agree with that, right? Jesus was a socialist, right? You agree? Come on. You know Jesus.
You don't care about women.
I love you, brother. If you love me,
You don't care about women. You don't don't care about women.
You represent hate. I
Tell
love
me why it's okay to let women get raped.
Love stands for truth. Love doesn't support destruction of innocent human beings.
Carry your daddy's child, 11-year-old girl, because this minister says ye shall be executed if you have an abortion. That's what he said. That's right. You say, do you believe in executing a woman who has an abortion? What is your name? My name is Leonard Clark. Do you believe in executing a woman for having That's what they represent. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're so pro-choice. Why are they letting these people well in this doctrine? Why are they letting all these children get adopted? They don't really care. This is all bullshit. They probably don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah. White House, I love you, brother. Both of us. Pass the first stone.
It's because of her I'm
You ought to look at the New Testament.
near the screaming.
You and those other churches calling American soldiers faggots. When you feel about homosexuals, should they be executed? Should they be executed? Should they be executed? Minister, where's the minister? Homosexual people have people should they be executed?
About what?
Should they? All right, you just proved the man.
There's only one.
Do you believe that?
What if you were the baby? Abortion is not saying it is a murder. You were once a baby.
It doesn't fucking stop abortion. You know what stops abortion? Birth control, family planning.
Keep talking. Let's keep talking. I love you. I love you, brother. I love you.
I haven't examined your
Carry that baby. Carry that baby, 11-year-old child. Carry daddy's baby. In Alabama, that's fine. Alabama. Yeah, you can film me. I'm Leonard Clark. I don't hide on YouTube and not give my real name. To say that women should be executed, and little 11-year-old girls have abortions, you know what? That's wrong. They shouldn't have to carry their father's baby. If they're raped, they shouldn't have to carry that baby. They're worried about their parents being executed. You say when you should be executed,
I want to find the light. And I want to watch.
Let's go.
Bigger picture, K-12 funding. But if it's so that conversation that leads to or either performing or let's go see.
Learning from your amazing help.
Are you in any group you're down?
I'm not currently, but what I am going to do is I'm going to.
I'm not so worried from my marker.
You can impregnate 100 women a year! That's ridiculous! You don't need a say! You don't need a say! What I do with my body! That is ridiculous! My body is not a political playground! That is ridiculous! Nobody can hear you! Separation of church and state, motherfucker! That is not your choice!
I love you. I love you.
Women's rights, but you suppress Are you kidding? What about all the children? What about all the children in the womb? Yeah, just like the plantation owner would say, my plantation, my prerogative. You're oppressors and tyrants and bullies. We're not oppressing anyone. We're oppressing 60 million.
Which side you're standing on? Like with this side or this side of folks? Oh, perfect. Can I scoop by? Okay, cool. Perfect, thank you. Don't move from there.
Now, a human organism consists of multiple parts. Not just
Regardless if they may feel or not, I think that there's always the right to have a baby as a personal choice. I think that small child that I've been turned crisis forgiveness that has DNA is where the problem is. Has heart in their heart. Which we all have.
Why do you think all the Bible says that we will I care about you guys. I care about everybody.
Can we have on camera? That's something we agree on. Everyone here as well. Thank you.
You could not be here. If your parents were sitting, you sitting here right now. That is not
kicking ass and taking names by being silent.
It's powerful. But why does it matter what I do to my body? Because I care about know each other.
We don't care if you care about our body. We care about our body. It's our choice.
all things. Your religion is not my body. Every choice, my body, my choice. 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 My body, my choice.
Executed entire people. We are doing the same thing in this country. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. I don't know if you read up your history. I don't know. You were the Nazis, not us. You guys are the ones trying to implement your views on other people, and that's wrong. You know it. Your views are not my views. Righteous one, because you're an ignorant one who's oppressing everybody else. So don't give me your bullshit, because nobody believes it. Just stop. You're Jews.
Don't force your religion on women.
Yeah, you're forcing religion and state. Religion and state. Religion and state.
Your book is not the law.
I appreciate you. You're not listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate the work you do, and that you're not listening. I appreciate you and the work you do, and that you're not listening. I appreciate the work you do, and that you are not listening.
I don't know, is this like part of the app?
She's on our side.
But I think she's saying that's azcentral.com.
Yeah, no, she asked me if I would Then why are you still standing here with your sign? That's right. She's going to help us. For water quality, starvation, for sanitation. Do some work for that. That's right. What are you worried about? What you're worried about? Do something that matters. You should really see it. Have you been out there suffering? Have you been out there? Have you been out there? Stop the ban! 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 Stop the ban!
Yeah, theocracy is not democracy.
Nobody could see it. It doesn't matter.
Even if we can't see, we don't stop murdering women! Stop the ban!
Stop forcing your religion on women. Your God is not law. Your religion is not law. No right to speak.
I have a right to have my view too. This is America.
If they're raped, if they've had incest, if a condom breaks, if they didn't choose to get pregnant.
So the answer to that is
to let the woman do what is right for her. It's her baby. Her
her baby, so she should be able to kill it. My 3-year-old's my baby. I should kill it?
Not when it's 3.
Why?
If it was in the womb, there's a difference between taking something that has yet to exist outside of the mother.
And you don't get to decide what she does. You don't get to. Because of your religion, you don't get to decide.
The mother should protect her child.
The mother gets to decide.
Right.
The mother gets to decide. It's right there.
The mother. You know, that's
The
unfortunate you feel
mother
that way. Maybe you should do
gets to
something better with your life.
Well, I'm trying to fight for innocent human beings.
You know what? Innocent human beings fighting against slavery them out there in the border.
So just let all the ones in the womb die. Just kill them all.
No one said that. It's not
At least she admits it. At least she admitted it. She admitted it.
My body, my choice. 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 That's your choice. That's your fight, not mine. I make my decisions. Your choice. Your choice. Everybody makes their own choice. Everybody makes their own choice. Everybody makes their own choice. Everybody. Care about mental health? You know what God is? You don't care about what you're putting that woman through. If she doesn't there is no God. There is no God. Are you there? That is not a that is a lie. That is a lie. Perception. That's your perception of what people are doing. I need to be perception. There is no God. I'm sorry. That's not what a fetus looks like. That's not what I said. No, that's not part of being. I said this is a fetus. It doesn't matter. Fetus. It is a fetus. Yes, it is a fetus. So do you? Why do you hate science? If it was an abuse of housing, I would have wanted to. I don't want to grow up in that. For forbidding abortion. That mother should have been a murderer. You would die because of you. You are a murderer. You are a murderer. You murder women. You murder women by denying them their choice. You define women. I am too. And if I get pregnant, it's my right to have an abortion. Me at 18, I am not ready to have a kid. And if I have an abortion, that's up to me. I chose to have a and you chose to have a do not. If I got pregnant right now, I'm sorry.
You're a coward! How dare you tell my sisters they do not have a right to be Those without sin shall cast the first stone! You, sir, are not safe! You are a hypocrite! You believe in executing women if they have abortions? Do you believe in executing women if they have abortions? Oh, come on now! Come on, stand up for your principles! Do you believe it? Okay, there you go! Apology at church! Apology at church! They show up at Phoenix City Council every 2 weeks. Nobody shows up there. They go every 2 weeks with 30 people, calling the council murderers, calling all women murderers on cable television. I beg you, go to the Phoenix City Council meeting every 2 weeks. This church, this minister, Google his name. I can't remember it. Apology at church. He admitted to me executing women. This is what they believe.
So do you? Absolutely. You guys have a right. We have a right.
Yeah, but those are his stuff.
You go to your protest.
Your time. You don't go to your stuff. You guys have your
Yes,
time.
you-
Look at his stuff.
You're shouting
It's
down
ours.
ideology. How dare you? How dare you?
Where are you getting your information from? Oh my
Saudi
God,
Arabia,
that
where
is
they
so
behead
insane. No, we need to work with you. Oh my God, Trump should do an abortion clinic for you.
The baby's like a mother's body.
So does that mean God gets to pick and choose what he makes and what he doesn't?
I'm begging you. You can't retain a sense of honor as a man.
He's more of a man. He's way more of a man than you are. I can promise you that. You are way more of a man than you are. Way more. He's a fucking real man. Thank you. Tell him, girl. Fuck him.
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you live in your parents. You have no fucking idea.
We love you. We forgive you, sir. We forgive you for saying you are willing to kill women for having abortions. I forgive you. Sorry, I can't speak for the other ladies, but I forgive you.
Well, I don't.
I'm not a lady. I'd probably be even more heaved up.
Forgive us. Forgive us.
We forgive you. Jesus, we forgive you. Apology.
Forgive us.
None of us
There it is.
She'd be forced to carry child or anything.
They should be able to choose that life that they want to live. Yes, when they grow up, they will. When they grow up, they will.
If I have a choice of my body, then doesn't this baby have a choice of
You do have a choice on your body, and if you want to be pro...
It's not really my body, my choice. It's really our bodies, my choice. Because there's scientific information, but the Bible is mostly important. This was a human being being caused murder. I can even look at this at first. My sister keeps putting it in side, even though Rito understands that this is murder. Unfortunately, not safe or healthcare is murder.
That's okay. Better than I get a picture.